And you're welcome back. It's time for our final segment here for a Monday. As you know, every single Monday at the end of the show, we always have our SME segment. And today, the creative director of Fierce Modish, who is best known as Madame Modish herself, she joins us on SME to tell us her journey from where she started and where she is today in the fashion scene in Nigeria. I wouldn't exactly say fashion, I'd say style.
I know.
Because that's what you do. You are welcome, Modish.
Thank you,
Let's start from that name now.
You.
It's not the name your mother gave you, is it? What is it? What is
Far
it?
from it.
Far from it. Well, where'd you get that Modish from?
So, mod is style in French.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just added ish, so stylish.
Right.
Fierce comes from my personality,
nice.
as you can tell.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm very memorable.
Regalia too. It's very, yeah, exactly. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Memorable.
I try to be memorable.
And I think that by far is what you actually do when it comes to your profession.
Yeah.
You are into style, but tell us exactly how you operate around the style and memorability.
So, first of all, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Personal branding is a conviction I have. I used to work in the advertising industry.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized that a lot of the communication was very poor. So you would wait for the model to speak before you even know what they're selling. And I thought, no, from when I see you, I should know what you're selling. So like you met me and you already know, okay, she's probably into fashion or something. So that's how everyone should be. When I see you, I should tell you're a TV person, you're an actor. Okay. So that's how I dived into it. I'm going to change the narrative. I'm going to change the way materials are perceived on billboards, on TV, in movies, music videos, fashion shows, so that when you come through, I mean, when you see Rihanna, she doesn't have to turn towards you before you know it's her.
Yeah.
You already know it's Robin when she's backing you because of how strong her personal brand is. So,
and other stuff as well, but let's not talk about that.
It's still part of the personal brand. Can I shock you? Yeah. Because she could be, you know, subtle and easy, but she decides, even the voice, it's all a game to be that person, you know what I mean? So personal branding led us to where we are today. And
so you've taken advantage of advertising, which you used to do, and then your passion for styling, and you've put it together. Now, who do you work with in these circumstances? Because you don't work you're not a fashion designer.
No, I'm not.
You are into styling. So who do you work with? Let's get that idea out.
Okay, so it's a whole thing. I'm the center of the nerve. So the nerve involves the makeup artist, the photographer, the client, first of all, who is like the apex. The public as well. Okay. Because I have people who have been working for 16, 17 years, and nobody really knows them until I get there. And in 2 years, everyone knows them. Not because they weren't doing their work before, but because I project them differently. Okay. So it's almost like a
translation.
Yeah.
So the people
from
can
art to execution.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I work with everyone, anyone who is everyone, everyone who is anyone. Okay. So if you do film, if you do TV, if you do modeling, if you sing, if you anything, as long as you want people to know what you do from how you look, how you speak, your page, you know, meeting you is the last hurdle. You know, they must know what you feel like before meeting you, to even give you the opportunity to meet them.
Oh, interesting. So who's the client now? Are they individuals or are they agencies like advertising, for instance, or, you know, who employs your expertise?
So I feel like the business morphs over the years. In the beginning, it was just individuals. A few brands, yes, corporate brands. So every financial, telco, anything, production. So now it's more, yes, they're individuals, but they're like, you know, just like 5–10%.
Who can afford you?
Yeah. I mean, we're 9. We started 9 years ago. We're going to be 10 years next year.
When you say how big is your operation?
It's quite big.
Really?
But I do it on a contract basis. Okay. Because sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes you're ideating. I mean, we're going on set next week, so now we're ideating.
We're going to set?
Yes.
This is for movie, television?
Yes, for movie.
For movie. Yes. So that's also part of yours within your purview as well?
Yes, costume design is a huge part of our purview. If I start to mention the movies I've done here, you would be in awe of me.
Really? We've been seeing a couple of your work go by on the TV. If you guys were looking, that was actually Modish there with her styling and all.
Thank you.
But how did it all get started? You just... I'm going to leave advertising and going to style people. Is that how it started? What was the one thing you had to note? And I'm asking because there are people out there who perhaps have a passion like you, and they want to know, what's that spark that could get it started?
Yeah, I'm going to give a huge ode to my alma mater, Covenant University, because I feel like they kept ringing in our heads. We're training you to be employers of labor, not to go into the labor market and start searching for work. That was like an everyday song they sang. So from the jump, I just felt, yes, I would work to get experience, but I would love to lead the pack. So when I went for my master's, got all those degrees, moved back home, and I got a bit of experience for 2 years, I said, it's time. And I feel like I started late. If I had started earlier, so I would encourage anyone who wants to jump in, my dear, jump in now, because before you know it, you're 10 years. And fashion is such a dynamic industry. The younger you are, the better it is.
Really, yes.
Yeah.
You get established when you're younger faster.
Exactly. So, I mean, I try to look young. It's very intentional for me right now.
You mean you're not 16?
I'm not. I'm far from 16.
Yeah.
I try to look young.
I'm trying to work it here, but it's...
So it's very intentional. And for women, it's even worse. There's ageism, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
So you need to jump in and meet. I wish I started 8 years earlier.
It was Fashion Week last weekend, and I saw a lot of people, a lot of preferences, I can tell that there's a lot of people who are actually into this, who want to do this as a business. The expressions were so diverse.
Yeah.
Across the genders, it doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah,
you know.
genderless fashion is like a huge thing now. So like fashion is for people, not male or female.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you see men wearing texture. In fact, my clients go to my page, like we have had pieces worn off the runway in the last week because there's texture, there's color, and if there's one thing I advocate strongly for, it's the cosmopolitanism of it all.
Okay.
So like move beyond what is expected to what is unexpected, because that's when you look interesting and people want to talk to you.
Would you train people? Do you train people?
I do. I've always been. 2017, I had a seminar, a one-day seminar for young professionals that want to jump into the creative industry, and I invited like people who they would work with, so the photographer, the makeup artist, the director, and all of that. And next year, towards the 10th year anniversary, we're going to also have like a week-long event where we have master classes and all of that.
Okay. So you jumped in because of your passion. You also got experience. You also went to school. You mentioned that you had a master's.
Oh, yeah.
Do I need all of these to go into styling like you are, like you have? Do I need it to be as successful as you? Be honest now. Don't forget the exposure.
So first of all, stylists are born. I don't think they're made.
They're born.
I don't
Beanie
think
B,
they're
not
made.
ability. Or is it the other way around?
Beanie B.
Beanie B.
Not
That's how it
ability.
Okay. She just went foul.
I'm hilarious.
I can
by
tell.
the way. So they're born. I've always been a fashionable person. My mom was hugely fashionable. Is hugely fashionable. My dad is as well. So I grew up in a house where I saw texture, color, design, and that influenced me. However, you don't need to have all these degrees to be a style consultant, but it will help your business.
Okay.
I've been in trouble where my degrees came to my rescue.
Oh, okay.
I've been in meetings where my degrees came to my rescue.
Okay.
So I didn't need to talk much because you want to save your energy as a creative. You want to think more and talk less. And that helps when you have that exposure. I've worked abroad, I've worked here. I want to still go abroad and work and make money as a stylist. So, I mean, you can't jump me. I will jump you.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Easy, girl. So can that very modest girl who's living in K2, who's fresh out of secondary school, and I'm using these parameters specifically and intentionally, can she make it as big as you? If she says, I want to go into
Have
it
I made
now.
it?
But you have, Modish.
Amen.
Can she make it as big as you if she says, I'm going to leave secondary school after getting my wife and go into styling and make it even internationally? Can she do it?
Yes, the earlier the better. Abroad, my manager when I was 24 was 21 or 19.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I feel like we just chunk them in school and say, go and read. Yes, go and read, but on your weekends or in your holidays, jump in. Okay. So I'm happy when I see those young people who are like, oh, I'm on holiday. Can I come for a few weeks? I welcome them with open arms. Because the earlier, the better.
Yeah. How much could a client pay? I always ask this question because I really want to know. And I want to jump into your pocket now. Spoil me a bit, you know, take
Styling
me
is
out.
styling is a luxury service.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it is.
apart from the fact that you get paid to perhaps maybe execute,
Yeah.
you also have to keep up an appearance.
The personal brand is
A
huge.
personal brand, exactly. So how much of that goes back into your keeping up that personal
I feel
brand?
like the first 10 years of your business is an investment in your business.
Okay.
So for the last 10 years, Mazino, I'm not going to lie to you, like I use my profit to shoot my videos.
Wow.
You know, I use my profit to have my photographers around, my videographers, my makeup artists, my hairstylists, my nail tech.
These are very important factors.
Very key, because you can't be selling what you don't know about.
What you're not
and
projecting.
I've heard it so many times where clients say, you're one of the few that actually dress up and look. You know, and when I have this consultation form I give them to fill, and when I say, what are your style benchmarks? It shocks me when I see Modish. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
That's because you practice what
I
you preach.
So yeah, please, please. A lot of stylists are ruffians. And I say that with my full chest. They're spoiling our face outside.
Image, yeah. I get
Try to
that.
clean up. I know it's hard because you're behind the camera.
Yeah.
But my dear, behind the camera, I slay. And then they will hate you because they're like, why are you dressing like me?
Exactly.
I'm like, girl, you are because of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Wow. I must say that you've got it to a T. The branding is to a T and everything. And the way you project it, the way you tell about it, the way you preach it, it's just fantastic. So if anybody wanted to, they could just walk. Do you have like an institution where you train these people?
So that's a long-term plan, I must
Okay.
say, because, yeah, it's a long-term plan. So, yes, we'll have these courses where you run through the basics, everything, the little things, what you should get on set, your steamer, your needle, your thread, the team, everyone, you know, the lint roller, the armpit thing, everything.
What thing?
Yeah, when you sweat, you get a patch, so the sweat patch. The little things, because those are what sets you apart from the rest of the world. So yes, that's a long-term plan to have like because we don't have any
Academy.
here, unfortunately. We have people that run like small courses, but we don't have any, you know, so it would be nice to get that done.
That is very, very interesting. Well, we're looking forward to seeing more. Now, to the person out there, that's your camera, by the way, who perhaps wants to, you know, start this kind of a business. What is your one biggest advice or set of advices that you would give to them? They're looking at you right now. So let them know exactly how to get started, what to do, what to know.
So I'd say start now. Yeah, start now. Be bold, be confident, be you. The world will adjust. They'll be fine.
Grand. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm going to move you over to the kitchen because we have something prepared for you.
For real?
Yeah, while we're doing that, I want to know, you work with so many celebs. We all know celebrities could sometimes have a bit of a house on their shoulders. You know, egos and everything. What's it been like working with celebs? Yeah, while you're telling us.
While I'm... Mazino wants to put me on spot.
Yeah, don't worry, they don't mind.
Celebrities. They're fun. They make you famous. That for one. They make you very famous.
That's a very diplomatic answer. Yeah, we were hoping for the juice.